Hey y'all, Brian Ray with North Texas Waste Removal. So if you watched my video when I reviewed the three different software companies, DRS, Docket, and Wayste, at the end of that I was going to tell you, or that I told you once I did overall recommend Wayste, that there was a new software program that I was going to try out. And once I gave them a fair shake, I would compare Wayste and the new software program. And that is what I'm going to do right after this. All right, welcome back. So overall, my recommendation between DRS, Docket, and Wayste was Wayste. And if y'all remember, I compared each of the company, talked about the good and the bad, and I gave them an overall score in, I think, 6 categories. So I gave them an overall score in user friendliness, their calendar view, texting, cost, invoicing, and customer service. And overall, I did pick Wayste. They weren't the highest scored, Docket was, but I felt like Docket wasn't scalable like Wayste was, and that Wayste was a really good app or good software that you could scale. So overall, I recommended Wayste. I have enjoyed Wayste since I started it. Like I said, I recommend them overall. I think it's a great company with great customer service that does a good job, and there's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. But when I did get on with ICANS and have been using them for about 3 weeks now, and I have confidence enough to be able to review them because I got a good grasp on the company. I got a good grasp on the user friendliness, the texting, all this kinds of stuff when it comes to working the program. So I'm going to compare Wayste, which was my overall pick, with the new software, ICANS. So real quick, as far as Wayste goes, their user friendliness, I gave them an 8 because it does flow well, it does make sense, and I had no issues with that whatsoever. Calendar view, only gave them a 3. They didn't have a calendar, but the reason I gave them a 3 was because everything was there. Everything was organized, all the tasks, all the jobs, everything was organized in a way that was easy to understand. So even though they didn't have a calendar view, I did give them a 3 because of the ease of understanding where everything was. Texting, they didn't have texting. I gave them a 3 because it was coming or is supposed to come in the very near future. So I did give them a 3, but they do not have a automatic texting option where if I was to hit en route to a location that the customer would automatically see a text. Or when I picked up the dumpster, they didn't have a texting option that sent a text to the customer that your dumpster has been picked up. And that's very important to me. It makes you look very professional, and I just like that automated texting. But I gave them a 3 because it was coming soon. Cost, I gave them a 10. You can't beat the cost. It's a really good software, really good driver app, and it's only $50 a month for the driver and $25 a month for the online booking option. So $75 a month compared to almost $300 with Docket and DRS. So, excuse me. So I did give them a 10 as far as cost goes. Invoicing, I gave them a 6. There were some hiccups, a little bit hiccups here and there. It didn't flow quite as well, but it got the job done. So I went ahead and gave them a 6 when it came to invoicing. And customer service, I gave them a 9. Those guys are on fire. They want to make a great software and are very attentive to your needs. Response is great. They're very friendly. So I gave them a 9 as far as their score of a 1 to 10. So overall, they ended up with a score of 39. Great company, great software, great price. So let's talk a little bit about ICANS. ICANS is a new company based out of Central or Southern Florida. And it was started by a dumpster rental owner. He has a very large business in Florida, and he wanted a software that would meet his needs as well as other people's needs. And he has brought in artificial intelligence in with the software. So what's I'm grading on right now isn't what is going to be happening 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 months from now. It's going to be able to morph into something that will give you a lot of tools in your toolbox. Some of these things I can't talk about because he doesn't want them out yet, but some of them we will talk about. So as far as user friendliness goes, and I did give them a score of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, just like I did the other 3. So as far as user friendliness goes, I gave them an 8. When you're creating task, a pickup or a delivery or a dump and return or whatever it is, everything flows well. It makes sense as you're going down and filling out the information. You're not skipping back and forth. The flow of it's good. Everything is obvious on what you need to click. So I gave them an 8 overall as far as user friendliness goes. Calendar view, it's the exact same thing going on with Wayste. They don't have a calendar view yet because they're so new, but I have gotten sneak peeks of what their calendar is going to look like, and it's being built out right now. And if you remember on my previous video when DRS versus Docket versus Wayste, when I reviewed all the rest of them, Docket's calendar view, I was talking, just went on and on and on about. It was absolutely great. I loved their calendar view. For what I've seen with ICANS, their calendar view is even going to be better than that. It's going to be easier to read. It's going to include as much, if not more, information than what Docket's did. And it's going to be amazing. So as far as their calendar view right now, I gave them a 3, just like I did Wayste, because they don't have one, but the flow of everything makes sense right now and it's easy to understand. So that's why I gave them a 3. Cost I gave them a 9. Wayste I gave a 10. ICANS I gave a 9. It is the price point is amazing. Especially when you compare it to DRS and Docket. This is a price point that's extremely scalable at $99, and it just, for what you get for that price point is amazing. So what I also like about it is they're going to have several different price points that you can choose from. So if you want to get in the base package of $99, you can do that. If you want to add features to really start to really increase your effectiveness and your efficiency of dispatching and keeping track of everything, your scheduling, you're going to have that option. If you want to bring in the AI portion of it, you're going to be able to do that and choose which package you want. So I really like that, because not everybody, some people just want a really, really good software basic program, and that's great. But once you get going, then you might want to start utilizing more things, and you're able to add those as you go, which I like. So as far as cost goes, I gave them a 9. And the reason why I gave them a 9 instead of a 10 is because they are just a little bit more expensive than Wayste, but what you get is a lot more. So they do have a 9. So as far as invoicing goes, I gave them a 7. And the reason I gave them a 7 is the way that you invoice all makes sense, just like the rest of the software. But I don't really like the merchant services right now. I don't know if that's long term or if it's very short term, but as far as the merchant services and the percentages I get charged, I'm not as happy with that company as I have been with other companies in the past. Now, is it a deal breaker? Absolutely not. They will match your percentage. If you're currently taking credit cards and things like that, they'll match those percentages. But I just wasn't really on board with the merchant services part as we stand now. So as far as invoicing, I gave them a 7. If I had no concern at all with the merchant services, then they would probably be an 8 or a 9 as far as invoicing goes, because it's very straightforward. There's a lot of variables you can input. You can change things very easily if you mess up. So I really like the invoicing overall. It's just I'm not as happy with the merchant services as I have been in the past with other ones. But they will price match and match your current percentage that you're paying. So that's a good thing. Now, as far as customer service goes, they're the only ones that did a better job than Wayste. So customer service with Wayste is outstanding. Customer service with ICANS is just a little bit better than that. And the reason is because when you call and you have issues and things along those lines, you're right now you're talking to the owner of the software, right? So he wants to make everything as simple and as dummy proof like me as possible. He wants the least amount of clicks on the software. He wants things to flow and make sense. He wants the options that are available to outdo everyone else. And so when you do have an issue and you are getting on there, man, that guy wants to make it right, and he wants to make it more efficient and more effective and to help you. And so things are taken care of really quick. He talks to you about it. He lets you know, we already know this is an issue, or, hey, thank you for bringing that up. We hadn't thought about that yet. And here are the fixes that we're going to do to make it right and make it even better. So customer service is a 10 when it comes to ICANS. So as you can probably tell, I have decided that ICANS will be my software for the next probably 2 or 3 years at least. I don't want to shop around anymore. They're my 4th software company, and I wanted to test different ones so that way I wasn't married to something that I didn't particularly care for or didn't know that there were other options available. So that's why ICANS is my 4th software, and I will be going with them from this point forward. What you get now is great. Is absolutely great. It's up there with Wayste as far as simplicity, ease of operation, cost. It's up there. But I think the artificial intelligence portion of this, when it comes to dispatching and reporting and all the different ways that they're going to bring in artificial intelligence into the software a little bit at a time, will make it a product that's unmatched in the market here in the near future. And so between the scalability, what the price is, and what I'm getting now versus also what I'll be getting in the future, ICANS is my overall pick, hands down. Can you go wrong with Wayste? No, you can't. It's a great company with a great price point. But if you're wanting to get with a company that I think will end up giving you more bang for your buck, ICANS is probably the choice that you need to make. So with this video, with all my videos, I'm extremely transparent. There were good things I talked about when it came to ICANS, and there were some things I really didn't particularly care for. As far as, when I say didn't care for, that I wasn't as happy with. I think that anything I wasn't happy with is going to get fixed. But it's growing pains, right? They're a brand new company, and just like Wayste is a fairly new company. So they're both going through growing pains as far as implementing new features that to meet the needs of their customers. But I have decided that ICANS is my software company. And in doing that, I want to partner with them as much as I possibly can to help make them a success and to help make them even a better company. So I'm on the phone with the owner multiple times a week, not only helping, but getting to kind of see things that will be coming down the pipe in the near future. And that's been a huge blessing. So they did give me a referral code. I would recommend them, and I would have the exact same review and recommendation without the referral code. So use it if you want. Don't use it if it makes you feel uncomfortable. But the referral code will be in the comments, as well as the link to their website to sign up for a demo. And when you go on the demo with them, you get both guys, and it's great. It's absolutely great. They explain everything. It works well. Getting on board is very, very simple. So I recommend giving them a shot, if nothing else. And just like I recommend not stopping with one. Do a demo on 2 or 3 of them and see where it lands you. And it might be that you really like the simplicity of Wayste and that little bit lower price point, and you end up going with Wayste, and that's perfectly fine. But I think that no matter who you end up going with, don't go with someone unless you've tried other softwares out there. Hey y'all, Brian Ray with North Texas Waste Removal. So I just want to let you know that the video has been edited, and I'm adding this part here at the end. So I cut it off at a point where past that was just wrapping up the video, but I did want to address something that I did comment in the video, and that was that I was not necessarily as happy with the merchant services aspect of that ICANS, the merchant services company that ICANS chose to use. And so I want to make sure that I'm extremely transparent and fair. So after the video, I reached out to the merchant services again and just let them know my concerns once more, and let them know, and they provided me with a lot of information that I really wasn't aware of, and they bent over backwards to help me get my account set up, get all my needs addressed, did an absolutely wonderful job. ICANS was very patient with me, and so I wanted to let you know, just to be fair to ICANS, that all those concerns that I did have with the merchant services have been corrected. So don't hesitate, as far as I'm concerned, don't hesitate on using the merchant services side of ICANS. It's actually the percentages and everything I have, and the way that they're working with me, the customer service is better than I've experienced in the past. So I wanted to add that. As always, these videos are a great part of my day. I really love making them, and I hope that they're a big help to you. So have a great day, have a great week, and we'll see you next time.